Hey Jackie, do you want to play a football board game?
No, I don't really want to do that.
Okay, I'll just play it for myself. I guess cue the intro. Hey folks, welcome back to the latest episode of the Board Game Sherpa. I wasn't feeling so great last week, but I'm back in business now. Today's episode is about playing games solo that require at least 2 people to play. These are not games that have official solo rooms. I'll save those for a future episode, but these are games where you play as both players without any bias. And in honor of the recent Super Bowl, and my wife not being interested in playing any football game, let's choose one of my favorite board games. First and Goal is a game designed by Stephen Glenn for R&R Games back in 2011. It's not one of the most well-known games these days, but my Board Game Sherpa, Johnny Rocks, and I were introduced to it at a small Morristown, New Jersey convention in 2015 called Dreamation. We met a guy who was demoing the game and was so passionate about this game that we both bought our own copies. Side note, Johnny really souped up his version of the game and added a bunch of new teams to it. We're currently going through a multi-day, weeks, months, tournament of it, and we're playing for a trophy. I'll save that for a future episode. Just know we love this game and we've enhanced it a few ways on our own. Back to the non-official solo player enhancements. So, with the Super Bowl looming and Johnny and I playing our own tournament over the past couple of weeks, I wanted to play First and Goal on my own. But as much as my amazing wife will play most board games with me, she has absolutely no interest into football. So, I had to improvise and play this one solo. Now, the key mechanics of First and Goal is that the offensive player plays cards from their hands to get dice that will move the ball up the field. And similarly, the defensive player will play cards that will cause the offensive player to have less dice and thus block their offensive run. An example at its simplest. If offense plays a card for a passing play, and defense plays a pass play defense card, the chance of offense getting up the field will be reduced. However, if defense plays a running defense play card against a passing play card, then offense gets a bunch of dice and has the potential to go for a really good run up the field. This game is completely about psychology and what type of card the other player will choose. If you've ever seen the movie The Princess Bride, when Wesley has a battle of wits against Vizzini to determine which of the 2 wine glasses has been poisoned with iocane powder, it's a lot like that.
All I have to do is divine from what I know of you. Are you the sort of man who would put the poison into his own goblet or his enemy? Now, a clever man would put the poison into his own goblet because he would know that only a great fool would reach for what he was given. I'm not a great fool, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you must have known I was not a great fool. You would have counted on it, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
Now, in the movie, Wesley had built up a tolerance against the same poison, so he was able to safely poison both glasses and win the battle of wits to Vizzini's detriment. Nothing like that is possible in First and Goal, but you can make safer moves to go slowly down the field. But it's so much more rewarding to risk it all and have a great run or a great stop on defense. Now, psychologically, just like the Battle of Wits in The Princess Bride, you could go down the rabbit hole of guessing what the other player would do, knowing their personality and what they think you would do. But a completely random card could do the same. Sorry if this kills your ego of having superior psychological skills, but I would bet that this random card, on average, would beat your psychological prowess over time. And there you have it. I lost this game. But most importantly, I had fun playing a really cool game that nobody nearby wanted to play with me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. My goal here at the Board Game Sherpa is to help beginners get into board games with the least amount of stress and the most amount of fun. Remember, the purpose of any board game, or any game, really, is to just enjoy yourself. If this episode gave you something to think about, please subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, please give this channel a big thumbs up and share. Either way, it'll really help me out a lot. And as always, we can bring more players into the hobby, which will help us all when we're trying to find people to play our favorite games. Deal? So go hit those like, comment, and subscribe buttons, and we all win. Oh yeah, and one more secret from the Board Game Sherpa. I can't watch other people play football or baseball, basketball, hockey. I love playing for real or in its board game or video game versions, but I'd be out cold sleeping if I actually watched the game on TV. Go figure. See you next episode.